Flashback to July 11, 2023. Case dismissed. Jose Chile de Castro suffered a massive defeat on Tuesday as his federal copyright infringement lawsuit against Kate Peter, Josh Abrams, 50 John Doe creators, 25 YouTube John Doe workers, and Google YouTube itself was dismissed by Judge Allison D. Burroughs. In a ruling released a little after 1 p.m. on Tuesday, Judge Burroughs granted individual motions to dismiss the case made by Peter, Abrams, and YouTube/Google. In her ruling, Burroughs indicated that de Castro, among other deficiencies, failed to meet the basic requirement of any copyright case, registering a work with the Copyright Office before filing suit. De Castro had claimed that his registration of a single video that had been published on YouTube as part of a broadcast by Kate Peter, but never on his own channel, was enough to meet the requirement for the case against YouTube. The homeless activist argued that since the filing was made between the time the lawsuit was amended to become a copyright infringement case and his actual addition of YouTube in the lawsuit should be allowed to proceed. Even if the point had gone in his favor, the court also found that de Castro, now a trademark of several of his federal lawsuits, failed to actually state a claim against any of the defendants. Judge Burroughs wrote, "Because the court finds that the complaint should be dismissed for failure to comply with the applicable statutory formalities of 411, it need not decide whether plaintiff adequately pled a claim for copyright infringement. In any event, the court notes that the plaintiff's complaints do little more than generally allege that defendants copied his videos. For example, plaintiff does not cite, identify, or describe a single instance of the alleged copying that would allow the court to infer that defendants' copying of the materials was so extensive that it rendered the infringing and copyrighted works substantially similar." The case originated as a defamation and harassment lawsuit last fall, as de Castro alleged that Peter and Abrams had violated and abused and defamed him in a series of incidents during the summer and fall of 2022. De Castro dropped the defamation and harassment charges, later to refile a similar lawsuit against Peter in California State Superior Court in November of 2022. De Castro's pivot apparently was in order to fulfill his belief that YouTube would accept a general federal lawsuit against a number of John Doe defendants as a substitute for individual lawsuits against YouTube creators who he felt had unfairly used his original material. He continues to assert this belief to this day and has used it as a means to have YouTube temporarily suspend channels from such creators as Irish Demon, Team Skeptic, and Dogtective. It is unclear as to the future of de Castro's multiple YouTube channels, as de Castro has issued hundreds of false copyright strikes against creators since December, openly abusing YouTube's copyright system and allegedly avoiding punishment for his actions due to his ongoing lawsuit against Google/YouTube. De Castro had some measure of relief on Tuesday, as the judge also dismissed counterclaims made by Peter and Abrams. The judge ruling, "The court finds that neither Abrams nor Peter have established that it is not a legal certainty that the claim involves less than $75,000. See Anderson 57F 4th at 15-16. Because Abrams and Peter have failed to plead sufficient facts to establish that the court has subject matter jurisdiction, the claims must be dismissed."